My Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
My Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
I really do this.
I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
Let's go. Week 17 is about to be here, man. In a few days, it's going to be the mighty Minnesota Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. The stinking Green Bay Packers, our division rival. This is the game preview. This is an honest perspective from a diehard Minnesota Viking fan. Now, look, man, all these stats I could just crumble up, right? And I could throw it all in the trash because when the playoffs come, it don't really matter. But for this video, let's talk about a little bit of everything and some news that happened, that recently just happened. I'm trying to save it for later in the video. Shout out to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Appreciate you vibing with your boy. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. But listen, y'all, how do you feel about the Vikings and the Packers this week, man? How do y'all feel? I look at it like this. Bring it. Bring it. We don't got no picks. We don't have no picks, y'all. I don't care who it is, who we go against for the remainder of the regular season and then going into the playoffs, because the mighty Minnesota Vikings will be in the playoffs and we will be the number one seed in the NFC conference. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
Bring it. Bring it. That's how I feel. But man, let's just talk about this, man. Let's talk about what the Packers are going to bring to the table against the mighty Minnesota Vikings offense. Now, their defense is pretty darn good. I'm looking up their stats, right? And I'm just like, okay, let's bring it up. We're going to bring it up, man. Because I ain't just going to talk it. I'm going to actually show y'all, man, when it comes to the rankings, right? When it comes to their passing defense, their total defense, they are pretty darn good overall as a team. But, you know, I don't really care about it, really. I'm going to just keep it real. I really don't care about it because I feel like we're going to dominate in every way. But I will say this. When it comes down to their defense, when it comes down to their secondary specifically, right? When it comes to Alexander, their corner, one of the best corners in the game, he's been hurt. And I don't know if he's going to play this week. I hope he does because he talks a lot of trash. And I cannot wait to see Justin Jefferson cook him all day long. Whoever he's going against, if it's Jordan Addison, he's going to get cooked. Jordan Addison's going to cook him. Don't matter. If he somehow gets on TJ Hawkinson's going to cook him as well. But their cornerbacks, their secondary is pretty darn good, though. I got to keep it real. Eric Stokes, Nixon, their safety, Xavier McKinney, number 29. This guy is everywhere on the dang on football field, y'all. So Sam Darnold has to really be careful, not be scared of the ball, but really be careful where he's throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because number 29 is an interception machine. On the year, he has 7 interceptions and he has 10 passes defended. That guy is debatably, in my opinion, even though he's a Packer, I don't like the Packers at all. I can't stand the Green Bay Packers, but I got to keep it real. Xavier McKinney was a great offseason pickup for them, and he is possibly a top 5 safety in the game right now in the NFL. So Sam Darnold, you got to really look out for him. But their secondary is solid. Let's actually look at it. Let's see where they're ranked. So their total defense rank, right, is number 7. I don't really care about that. It is what it is. I don't really care. But when it comes to passing defense, they're ranked number 8. So they're top 10 in total defense and they're top 10 in passing defense. Oh, man. But it is what it is. I don't care about the stats. I don't really care. I don't really care. Unless it's the Vikings. I don't really care, bruh. When it comes to stopping the run, the Vikings are number 2. Can I talk that talk?
Talk
Let's
that talk.
When it comes to the Packers, when it comes to stopping the run, they're still a top 10 in stopping the run. They're ranked number 7. That is crazy. So in almost every category, they're ranked top 10. Scoring defense. Let's see if they're ranked top. They're ranked top 10 in scoring defense as well. But we're ranked number 2. We don't give up that many points. We bend, we break. We don't break that often. We're only giving up 18.4 points a game, the mighty Minnesota Vikings. When it comes to the Packers, they're giving up 19.1 a game. They're ranked number 6. So we number 2, they number 6 in scoring defense. So they got a solid defense. And then you got players like Devontae Wyatt, their defensive tackle, straight up monster. Kinsley, I don't know how to say his last name, defensive end. He's a straight up beast as well. They also have Rashawn Gary, defensive end. He's leading their team in sacks with 6.5 sacks, and he also has 1 forced fumble. So we have to look out for that. But I am confident in the Minnesota Vikings offensive line. They've been holding it down. You know, Cam Robinson, he's holding it down. I'm gonna keep it real. Bradbury, Dalton Reisner, Blake, everybody, Brian O'Neill. You know, Brian O'Neill, shout out to Brian O'Neill, man. He's been doing such a wonderful job this season, man. You know, one of the best tackles in the NFL. Shout out to Brian O'Neill. But we're going to hold it down. I feel like we're going to be all right. It's just we have to make sure we take care of the ball, and we have to, even though they are top 10 in like almost every category. Let's see what their red zone defense rank is. So their red zone defense, they're not top 10. All right, so where are they at? Where are they at? Top red zone defense. They're 20. So when we get in the red zone, we have to capitalize on that. So they're ranked 20. So we have a 60% chance of getting a dang on touchdown, y'all. So we got a high chance. If we get in the red zone, we move that ball down the field, we got a chance when we get there. The problem is getting to the red zone. You feel me? It's getting to the red zone is the problem. But when we get there, we have a high possibility of getting a touchdown. So the Packers defense overall is pretty darn good. I'm not going to sit here and just be hating on the team, even though I can't stand the stinking Green Bay Packers. But they do have some talented players on that defensive side of the ball, and I'm looking forward to it. When it comes to our offense, though, right? I already said we got to make sure we take care of the football. Sam Darnold has to make sure he looks out for number 29, the safety. Yo, listen, we have to establish that run game. We have to establish the run game against this team. They have a very good secondary. I understand their defensive line is solid, but we have to somehow get it together. We have to somehow get it in a rhythm, like get some yards on first down, running the ball, or second down or third down, whatever down it is. We have to make sure we get some good yards, 3 to 5 yards every time we carry the ball. Mostly every time we carry the ball. And then if we don't get 3 to 5 yards every time we carry the ball, we can't just give up on it and be one-dimensional, because that's going to play into their hands, and they're going to love that. They're going to love us just airing the ball out all dang on game. So we have to run the ball, and you know what I mean? This is a perfect game for Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, you know, it's a revenge game, another revenge game. Let's do what we have to do. Hand that ball off to Aaron Jones, number 33, and run it down their throat. That's how we have to do things, man. That's the bottom line to it. And another thing is utilize the running back screen with Aaron Jones. I always say this. He's one of the best running backs when it comes to catching the ball. Not even just screens. He can catch the ball really good. You put him out on as a wide receiver sometimes. He's a good running back when it comes to catching the ball. He's good at rushing. He's good at catching. So make sure you utilize Aaron Jones in every way you can to just obliterate the Packers. And you know he got a little bit of, what's it called? A swag, a little bit more swag in this game because he's going against his former team. And this will be a great game to just beat the brakes off of him, man. This is a good game, man, for him to just shine on them dudes. You going to replace me with Josh Jacobs? Really? I'm that bull, though. You know, Josh Jacobs is having a really good season. We're going to talk about that. We're going to definitely talk about that. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out, let me see who's in the building. Skolden, shout out to you. Samuel, what's going on? What's going on? Bob Swede, let's go. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to everybody. King, TL, shout out to you. Yes, shout out to you. Skull Mafia is in the building. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. Happy holidays. Eric in the building. Shout out to you. I just want to say this, y'all. The Packers defense is pretty darn good. I was going to come on this live and literally just hate on everything they got going on. But realistically, when it comes to like everything, they're like top 10 in total defense. They're top 10 in passing defense. They're top 10 in rushing defense. The only thing they're not good at is red zone defense. So if we can get into the red zone, we have a good chance of scoring on this team, bro. We have a very good chance. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. 18-2. You already know the vibes, bro. Theo Jackson, yes. Theo Jackson, yes. All that, man. Theo Jackson, that interception at the end, I love it, man. Number 26. But listen, we have to establish the run. And also, right, spread that ball around. I know Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the game. Can I talk that talk real quick, y'all? Can I talk that talk? Because a lot of people don't understand when I say he's the best wide receiver in the game, it really is what I'm saying, though. People try to make, we have this wide receiver is better. This wide receiver is... No. In the last 5 seasons, this man has had over 1,000 receiving yards. There's not many wide receivers in their first 5 seasons that have over 1,000 receiving yards. You know what I mean? The great Randy Moss did. Not even the great Jerry Rice did that. Not even the great Terrell Owens did that. There's a lot of great wide receivers that haven't accomplished that, bro. And this man is one of the best when it comes to when he catches the ball, he finishes the job. He'll catch the ball. He'll break tackles. He's one of the best route runners. He's just all that, man. So I understand we have JJ, but spread that ball around. I see a big TJ Hockenson game. TJ Hockenson, a big Aaron Jones game, and a big TJ Hockenson game. I see also Jordan Addison, feed number 3. Free number 3. Make sure he gets the ball as well. But you can't forget Justin Jefferson. You can't forget that ball as well. You got to keep the ball going to him as well. But the biggest factor is we got to take care of the football. And I said that numerous times on this live. We have to take care of the football. Hang on to the ball when it comes to, you know what I mean? So we don't want no fumbles. We don't want no interceptions. We don't want none of that. No turnovers against this team. Don't make it easy for the Packers. Make it as hard as possible for them to be able to stop us. And don't give them extra possessions to be able to score on us. The more possessions, eventually they go on, make do of it, and they might score something on us. I ain't saying they're going to score a touchdown, but they might score a field goal. You know what I'm saying? Them points add up. Every point adds up. Yeah. Skolden, yeah, shout out to my guy. Skolden is in the building. But listen, y'all, when it comes to the offense for the Minnesota Vikings, let's just look at the offense, like the rankings and all that, right? Because, and then I'm going to get to our defense versus their offense. Let's look at our offense versus their, let me look at the stats real quick before I get to that. All right, so offense for us, y'all. The Minnesota Vikings passing offense, our total offense is, where we at? We're 12. The Packers are 4. What the freak? How are they top? I don't understand how they so high up, man. I don't be caring about the Packers. But when it comes to passing offense, we're number 8. The Packers are number 10. So I'm expecting us to be better than them in passing offense. That's what's up. Rushing, I'm expecting the Packers to be better than us in rushing. Let's see what they looking like in rushing. They're number 4 in rushing. So they're going to definitely run the ball. We have to make sure we stop the run. And we're going to talk about Josh Jacobs shortly. But I just want to look at the stats real quick. See where they're ranked. And where are we at? We're number 17. So we're in the middle of the pack. We got to run that ball. When it comes to scoring offense, they are top 10 again. We are top 10 as well. Packers are 7. We are 9 in scoring offense. Okay, red zone offense. We are number 9. Packers are 11. Yo, the Packers is a good team. I'm not going to sit here and lie, man. When it comes to these stats right now. Top 11 and third down offense. Where's the Packers at? Packers are 14. And that's all I'm going to really say about them. I can't stand the Packers. I'm not giving them no more compliments. But I will say this, right? When it comes to our defense versus their offense, our defense versus their offense, right? Jaden Reed is their leading wide receiver, number 11. He has 803 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. He's having a solid season, but I feel like our second string wide receiver is better than him, and I'm talking about Jordan Addison. I feel like our second string wide receiver could be their number 1 string wide receiver if he was on that team. You know, Jordan Addison better than Jaden Reed, in my opinion. We already know Justin Jefferson is better than Bull. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, right, we have to contain Tucker Kraft as well. For some reason, tight ends do us dirty. Our secondary is a little bit weak against tight ends. Tucker Kraft, number 85. We have to make sure we keep him in check. He has 618 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns. He's a straight up baller. But another player, the key to stopping their offense, right? Besides Jordan Love, obviously, right? I'm trying to look it up real quick. Jordan Love, I'm looking up his stats real quick. Besides Jordan Love is stopping a run game. We have to stop their run game, y'all. If we don't stop their run game, this is going to be a long freaking game for the Vikings, and I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all because when I tell you they have a good run game, and Josh Jacobs is having an outstanding season. Josh Jacobs, their running back, has 1,216 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns, y'all. I did not stutter when I said that. The man has 1,216 rushing yards, right? And 13 rushing touchdowns. 4.4 per carry. If we stop the run, we have a very good chance of winning this game because everything flows. I always say this. Every team, if you stop the run, make them one-dimensional, we got a good chance. But especially this team, they love to run the dang on ball. And another thing about Josh Jacobs is he's a pretty good catcher as well. For the season, he has 340 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. So he's the key. He's the key to victory. You stop Josh Jacobs. I don't even care about their wide receivers like Jaden Reed and, of course, Tucker Kraft. I actually do care about their tight end because our tight ends always beat our secondary. But Josh Jacobs, that's the key, bro. That's the key. You stop him, we have an honest chance of just beating the brakes off of the Packers. And I feel like this is going to be a statement game for us. I think this week and next week is a statement game for us. And I feel like we're going to obliterate the Packers and the Lions. I don't care what nobody says. That's just how I feel. And I'm going to talk my talk about it. I don't
Talk that talk.
I don't care. I'm going to talk my talk about it. I feel like the Vikings are the real deal. And until they lose, I'm going to keep on saying what I'm going to say. It is what it is. Forget what the haters got to say about the Vikings, man. We run in the NFC. We run in the whole NFC conference. We run in the NFC North. It is what it is. It is what it is. You don't got to like it. You don't got to like it. These haters out here, these doubters out here. You don't got to like it. It is what it is. Our defense is going to come through when it counts the most every single time because I'm not going to lie. Against the Seahawks, I'm nervous, bro. I'm nervous the whole game. I'm nervous the whole game. I ain't going to sit here and lie to y'all, especially after the first half and we gave up that touchdown, it was 17-14 or whatever. And then they got the lead. You know what I mean? I'm like, gosh, lead, bro. But the Vikings I feel like it's destiny this year, y'all. I feel like it's destiny because as soon as you start, oh man, come on, we got to get it together. They always make a play. They always get a sack. They always get an interception. They always get a fumble. They always make a big play on offense with Sam Darnold, Mr. Clutch Sam Darnold is throwing a touchdown to somebody. Maybe to Justin Jefferson one game. Maybe to TJ Hawkinson another game. Maybe to Jordan Addison another game. Maybe Speedy Naylor another game. Maybe Sherfield Sr. another game. Maybe Brandon Powell another game. That's how clutch this team is. They always make the play when it counts the most, and it's the biggest play of the game because that's why we are 13-2. Can I talk that talk, y'all?
Talk that talk.
So look, we're going to win this game. So our defense, we have to get after Jordan Love, though. We cannot let him sit in the pocket and be pretty. We cannot let him sit in the pocket and be pretty, y'all. Because at the end of, shout out to Dylan Dotson, because at the end of the day, y'all, listen, I got to give a big shout out to Quasi. Yo, all the Viking fans in the chat right now, can you, oh my gosh, bro. I did not expect this season to be like this, bro. This defense, this offense, the moves that Quasi has made, especially on defense, though, right? Man, Andrew Van Ginkel, Jonathan Grenard. Let me say those two names again. And Blake Cashman. Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel. They both have 11 sacks apiece, y'all. They both have 11 sacks apiece. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
Last time I checked, right? And I'm a big Daniil Hunter. He's one of my favorite players of all time in Minnesota Viking history. He has 12 sacks with the Texans, having a great season. But think about it. If we was to pay Danielle Hunter, right? How can we sign a Blake Cashman? How will we be able to sign a Andrew Van Ginkel? How will we be able to sign a Jonathan Grenard, right? So since we didn't sign Danielle Hunter to that crazy contract, we was able, and of course Kirk Cousins, because we had to sign that boy as well. We had a lot of more cap room to get these players. It's all about it's a team sport, man. Unless you got an all-time great quarterback like a Tom Brady or a Patrick Mahomes, you need to have a complete team to win. Let's keep it real. You're going to have weaknesses. Every team has weaknesses. There's no such thing as a perfect team. But if you cover up most of the weakness, you have a chance to win the Super Bowl. And that's what I'm seeing from this team this season. There's weaknesses, right? You talk about the offensive line. I'm going all over the place, y'all, because I'm very hyped right now, and I'm very passionate about the Vikings right now. Skol to the freaking bowl, by the way. Skol to the freaking bowl. Yeah. You talk about the offensive line, right? When Ed Ingram was struggling, what did Kevin O'Connell do? Benched his behind. Dalton Reisner, please stand up. Dalton Reisner, please stand up. When you talk about Christian Darrisaw being out for the season, crazy sign Cam Robinson, you know, that's so many great moves, man. And this is why I feel like this team is special, bro. This team is so special. This team is so unique. And like, when you talk about the offseason in general for the Minnesota Vikings, y'all, when you talk about the offseason, right? When you talk about, all right, RIP to Kyrie Jackson. RIP to Kyrie Jackson, man. You know, I was drafting him a lot in my mock drafts, right? When we got him, I was so excited. RIP to him, right? And then when you talk about what happened when it came to Jordan Addison with the car situation, and then when you talk about Mekhi Blackman tearing his ACL, Mekhi Blackman, for me, I actually was like, yo, I cannot wait to see Mekhi Blackman. I was so ecstatic and excited to see that man play. And when he turned his ACL, I was like, gosh, Lee, bro, what is going on in the offseason? But then you see Quasi doing these other moves with the Blake Cashman, Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, the Stephon Gilmore out of nowhere. He made a lot of other moves to cover up a lot of things that happened. And then you don't hear nothing about Jordan Addison no more. You know what I mean? He did that one Instagram post when he said free 3 and people was going crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I was going crazy a little bit too because I didn't know what he meant by that. But I think he meant like, yo, free him by making sure you pass him the dang on ball. That's what I think he meant. I hope that's what he meant. But he's having a good season this year. But it's just everything that happened with the Vikings this season, man. I just want y'all to be positive and optimistic, man. I know a lot of things ain't perfect, but we looking good though, man. We're looking very good. Right. We're looking very good. Facts. Grenard is nuts. I can't believe we got him for the price that we got him for, man. We're looking absolutely amazing. We're looking amazing. I was tripping on our linebacker situation, but you know, I feel like for me personally, right? When it comes to our linebacker situation, Ivan Pace Jr. going down, but we got the Bull Hill. He's playing okay. Ivan Pace Jr., I like Ivan Pace Jr. I'm not sure what his injury is. I got to look at the injury report. I don't think the injury report came out this week, so I'm super early for this game preview. But I would say that Ivan Pace Jr. being an undrafted free agent and coming to the Vikings, signing with the Vikings and doing what he's doing, I was simply amazed by what he did on the dang on football field. Shout out to Purple Jesus. What's going on? Oh, it's a hamstring. So it's a hamstring. So, you know, the one thing about hamstring, I think hamstring injuries could be like one of the worst injuries, bro. Like, because I feel like they're the trickiest injuries. Like, when you talk about the Achilles and the hamstring, like muscles and stuff like that and all that, and tendons and all that, it's very tricky because you don't want to rush them back because they could be good for a practice or two, and then the next practice on Thursday or Friday, what happens? The dang on hamstring starts to get sore again. So it's like you can't really rush a hamstring, but I'm hoping Ivan Pace Jr. gets back sooner than later because I love the way he plays. It's just the fire that he has. It's just the whole defense, the whole team. The whole team came together. Kevin O'Connell, everything, special teams. And then even going to the draft when we drafted the kicker, and I was talking about that on the live stream on Sunday with the crew. Like, all the draft picks were amazing to me. Dallas Turner getting an interception. What else? Our field goal kicker, Will. Like, that was a great freaking pickup. As a Viking fan, we all know for a fact, right? We all know for a fact the field goal kicker has broken our heart numerous times over the years. Like, over the years. It's a dang on fact. So us drafting the kicker, I know people want to sleep on the kickers, but kickers win you games. They can win you games and they can lose you games. You know what I mean? So, me too, but I had his practice window open up yesterday. He might be back once. Okay, I hope so. Me too. They let, yeah. I feel, yup. Shout out to my boy GG Sports Podcast, a Minnesota Vikings podcast. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Let's get that number 1 seed. Let's go. Let's get the number 1 seed. Let's freaking go. Skull, baby. Skull to the freaking bowl. Skull to the freaking bowl, baby. But yeah, man, listen. So there's just so many things that this team has done that makes me as a fan. This is one of my funnest seasons that I have watched being a Viking fan. I'm gonna keep it real. And I go back to, all right, so I go Randy Moss days, like probably like the later couple years in Randy Moss's career with the Vikings, right? And one of the funnest years besides some of the Randy Moss years was when he was Culpepper. Oh man, I miss Culpepper. The most recent would probably be the Brett Favre year when we could have got to the Super Bowl. And then after that, it was the Case Keenum. And then this year for me personally, because I wasn't expecting such a great season, I was just like, yo, like this, like when we started the season 5-0, I was like, yo, I can't believe this is actually happening. And that goes to show you that we have something special in Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell is a good behind head coach. Now think about it. Now, Kevin O'Connell, some of his play calling sometimes be questionable, but for the most part, he is a great freaking coach. I don't like the trick plays. Take the trick plays out of it. Don't overthink it, Kevin O'Connell. Other than that, the man is a genius. The man is a genius coach, in my opinion. We just got to win the Super Bowl. But he's a great coach. Think about it. He made Kirk Cousins look good. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to Kirk, but I'm keeping it real. That was my quarterback. He was first cousin Captain Kirk for me. I liked the Kirk when he was here, but he's gone and he got benched. And now the man's about to get released. And I just want to get this off my chest real quick. I'm not hating on Kirk. I don't want him coming back to Minnesota. I don't want Kirk Cousins coming back to Minnesota, bro. I don't want him to come back to Minnesota. So all the people that's making videos, Kirk Cousins should come back to, no, he shouldn't. No. We're not going backwards. We're moving forward. We're not going backwards. We're going forwards. Why would we get him when we have J.J. McCarthy? If for all that, we already got Daniel Jones. Sam Darnold might be going after he wins the Super Bowl for us. And if he does win the Super Bowl, I don't know what's going to happen after if he wins the Super Bowl. When he wins the Super Bowl, I don't know what's going to happen with that. But I don't want Kirk Cousins. I just have to get that off my chest. But my point is, Kevin O'Connell made Kirk Cousins look better than he has been his whole career. Let's keep it real. When he was with the Redskins, he was all right. He wasn't all that. When he was with the Redskins, he was okay. When he was with the Vikings, he was okay to good because of KOC. Now, when Kirk Cousins got hurt, what year was that? I think it was like last season. When Joshua Dobbs got the opportunity, I said Joshua Dobbs looks like a real life superhero. For 2 games and a half, y'all cannot deny this, y'all, because I know people don't like Joshua Dobbs. Joshua Dobbs looked really good for at least 2 games and a half. He made Joshua Dobbs look good, y'all. He made Joshua Dobbs look good. And that goes to show you how good of a coach KOC is. KOC is that ball. You know what I mean? And then now we got Sam Darnold. I wasn't really feeling him in the offseason, but this season he proved me wrong. See, that's one thing about me. That's one thing about Mike, right? When I'm wrong, I will admit that I am wrong, y'all. I am not too good to say I am wrong. Ain't nobody perfect but God. I be wrong a lot of the times. And I was wrong about Sam Darnold. And he proved me wrong. KOC made Sam Darnold look good. He unleashed the talent in Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is a very good quarterback. He just got drafted by a sucky organization. He got drafted by the Jets. The Jets don't know how to develop quarterbacks. The Jets been stinking and sucking for a very long time. And then he went to the 49ers, I believe. And the 49ers had Brock Purdy, and they didn't have the offensive scheme that matches Sam Darnold's talent. This offensive scheme matches Sam Darnold's talent. So that's why I said, look, KOC is a very good coach. And that's why I have confidence in KOC. Even if Sam Darnold happens to leave after winning us our first Super Bowl in franchise history, I have faith that J.J. McCarthy will do just fine in the purple and gold. But the key to J.J. McCarthy being successful is having a good running game. We have to continue having a good running game, draft a running back or sign a running back in the free agency or whatever. But we have to have a running game. Running backs are very important in today's NFL. Look at what Saquon Barkley is doing, man. Look what the running back position. The running back position came back. And if you're a Minnesota Viking fan, look, I don't know if y'all can see this. Hold on, let me show you this real quick. Those who know, that's Adrian Peterson jersey. Signed autograph. Adrian Peterson jersey. I'm big at the running back. I'm one of the biggest fans of the running back position. And that's why I don't like when people devalue the running back position and say, oh, well, you could get a running back in the 6th round, the 7th round. That's rare. That's rare to get an all-time great or a very good running back in the 6th and 7th round. So I do agree that it is a very big risk when you draft a running back in the 1st round, maybe in the 2nd round. But still, if they're great, you got to draft them because running backs help so much, especially if you have an all-around good running back where they can block, they can catch, and they can run and do all that. And they're like, for instance, man, one of my favorite running backs of all time besides Adrian Peterson, right, is LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson did everything. Y'all remember LT? Does anybody remember LT? Does anybody remember LaDainian Tomlinson with the Chargers? The man could block. The man could catch. The man was a great runner. He was breaking tackles. He wasn't the biggest running back in the world, but the man did the job, man. The man did the job at the highest level. Shout out to Cooley. Shout out to King. Yeah, Darnold, a straight gamer. Straight gamer, bro. He's a straight gamer, and I appreciate what Sam Darnold is doing. He's all that, man. He's all that in a bag of chips, man. Sam Darnold, he definitely proved me wrong. The ability for Sam to get out of the pocket. That's another thing, King. That's another thing. He said, still spin and heater. Yes, truly, and I haven't saw. Yes, right. I love it. And that's why it's kind of risky. Like, I'm not trying to get into the debate because I know it's going to be a debate when we win the Super Bowl. Because, look, I'm speaking this into existence. As a Viking fan, I'm speaking this into existence. I feel like the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl, bro. I feel like the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl this year. And we will have home field advantage throughout. But my whole point is, it's going to be a very big debate if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl. And I understand people are going to say, well, why would we go away from Kirk Cousins and then we sign Sam Darnold to a crazy deal? Because Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. Because Sam Darnold is better than Kirk Cousins. In my opinion. Right now, he is. He showed me more this one season. Hold on, y'all. I got a hot take. In the comments below, who had a better season with the Vikings between Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold? In a Viking uniform, who had the better season in all their career? This is the first year for Sam Darnold. Isn't this year more special than any Kirk Cousins year with the Vikings? Just my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm picking Sam. If I was going to sign a quarterback to a crazy deal, I'm signing Sam. If we win the Super Bowl, I'm signing Sam. Hey, J.J. McCarthy, I love you, bro. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, bro. But you're going to have to wait a little bit, bro. I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's a debate. It's at least a debate. You feel me? You know what I mean? But a lot of people be trying to make it seem like and I'm not trying to bash Kirk, man, but it is what it is, man. I just don't want to hear him coming back to Minnesota. That is literally my worst nightmare, being a Minnesota Viking fan. If I hear breaking news, Kirk Cousins signs a 1-year deal, $5 million deal, $5 million deal with the Vikings, I'm going to be like, what the freak, man? We cannot get away from this guy. No matter what we do, we can't get away from this guy. Yes, Sam Darnold. See, I'm telling you, Sam Darnold. Why would we go? I don't know. I don't know why people be expecting us to go backwards, but we try to move forward. But I feel like, now I got a question for y'all. Now going back to this game preview, right? In your opinion, what's the key to success against the Packers? They have a good running game. They have a good defense. They have a good offense overall. What is the key for y'all? I said if we stop Josh Jacobs and we have to establish the run game on offense, we got to stop Josh Jacobs and we have to establish the run game. That is the biggest, and of course, turnover-free football. That is the biggest factor for me. That's the biggest factor for me personally. And I feel like we got this. And I just want to say this to the Packer fans and the Lion fans and everybody else, the Eagle fans, anybody fans. Yo, bring it. We ain't scared of none of y'all. Bring it. I don't understand why y'all feel like we supposed to be scared of y'all. We're 13-2 for a reason. No matter what y'all say, oh, y'all didn't go against nobody. How we not go against nobody? We beat the brakes off of the Texans. Before the 49ers went off the cliff, we beat the 49ers. We beat the Packers. The Packers are a good team. So what is you talking about? The Seahawks is a solid team. We beat the Seahawks. We went down to the wire with the Lions when they were fully healthy. Come on, man. So all that they talking about, right? I'll be like, man, they just hating. That are talking that Rodgers coming here. No, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Rodgers, he will probably have a better chance of coming here than Kirk Cousins, but I don't want Rodgers. I don't want Rodgers either. Contain Love, you was right. Yeah, Contain Love. Curl J. Yup. Corral J. Jordan Love. We here, bro. We the top NFC team for sure. Not the NFL. I only want to see the Bills and Vikings. Yo, I would love to see the Bills and Vikings in the Super Bowl. The battle of the 0-4 Super Bowl teams in franchise history. You know what I mean? We just got to make sure we win because we ain't trying to go 0-5, bro. We ain't trying to go 0-5 in the Super Bowl. And like, yo, it's like when you think about the history of the Minnesota Vikings, like throughout the history, right? Like, I don't understand how we didn't win a Super Bowl, bro. Like, all the great teams is like, yo, what the heck happened? I know field goal kicking had to do with it. It's just like any given Sunday. And that's why I be trying to tell people, like, when it comes to the playoffs, all the stats don't mean nothing, bro. Because it's any given Sunday. You win the game, you move on. You can't bring your stats on the field. If you're the number one defense in the regular season, that's the regular season. The playoffs is a whole nother animal. So you could be the number one defense in the regular season and get the brakes beat off for y'all in the playoffs. I don't really care about the stats in the playoffs, y'all. And that goes to show you, like, think about last season. The Browns were the number one total defense in the AFC, in the whole NFL, right? And the Texans, rookie season, my bull destroyed them. My bull destroyed them, bro. And they beat the Browns easily. They beat the Browns easily, bro. You know, so that's why I don't really care for what the stats say. It's something you can go off of a little bit, but the playoffs is a whole different animal. The referees are different. It's more physical. They probably gonna let more things go down in the playoffs because it's the playoff game. It's a lot more physical. It's just different. The playoffs is different in football. So that's why I don't really be like caring for what people be saying, like, oh, we had the best team all season. I don't care what you had all season. Stop Josh Jacobs. I got faith in D-back room against Pack. Yeah, me too. Wide receiver just get to the end zone most of the time. I'm not gonna say all the time because we probably gonna. Yeah. I feel you. For sure, not trying to look past the Packers. Yeah, I'm not trying to look past the Packers, but but I feel like this team, I feel like we're going to beat the brakes off of them. I got a feeling, bro. I got this feeling that the Vikings are going to just dominate. They're going to dominate the freaking Packers, bro. The Vikings are going to dominate them, bro. I got a feeling, bro. I just got a feeling. That Brett Favre season, I thought we had. Bro, that Brett Favre season was my, like, bro. Brett Favre made me a fan of him, bro. And then I like the fact that he's a trooper, man. Them Saints was like doing some stuff they shouldn't have been doing, bro. Let's keep it real. Like the Saints was doing a little bit overboard when it came to Brett Favre. Like I didn't like what they was doing, but they wasn't saying nothing. It was like y'all referees, y'all looking right at what they doing, but y'all just gonna let the stuff happen. So I don't know, man. But Brett Favre, man, like if he didn't throw that interception, what if Brett Favre didn't throw that interception? Would we have won a Super Bowl? I don't know. That's a big question. That's the last time I've been confident in the Minnesota Vikings like I feel now. And Sam is putting on a show. The defense is insane. We can play if we had a returner, kick returner. You know what? Imagine if we had like a Percy Harvin. Imagine if we had a Percy Harvin right now, a talented returner like Percy Harvin. You know what I mean? That can be a wide receiver as well. See, that's another thing people don't they be forgetting. Like, I like that Percy Harvin. It's just the fact that he had migraines or headaches or something, and that's kind of what messed up his career a little bit. He was missing games because of migraines, bro. So I pray that he got his health together. But Percy Harvin was a very talented slot, deep wide receiver, whatever you want to call him. And he was a good punt returner. And yeah, man. Yeah, Percy Harvin was special, man. Very special player. No one can win no one's gonna beat us in US Bank Stadium there. Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go to the bowl. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't stand the Saints, bro. And that's why everybody hyping up the Packers. They like, oh, well, the Packers got, what they say? The Packers beat the brakes off of the Saints. Who was on the Saints? Who was on the Saints? The Saints suck. So you're going to tell me the Packers are so good because they blew out the dang on Saints? I'm not going for that. But I got some more news I want to talk about, y'all, before I get off this live. And I want to say happy holidays to everybody that's in the building. I truly appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. We're going to go live for every Minnesota Viking game. We're also going to do live game previews like we're doing now. Instead of me doing like a regular video, we're going to do game previews live. We're also going to be doing live Monday, probably like a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. We're going to talk about the injury reports. We're going to talk about news that's going on around the NFL and what's going on with the Vikings. So we're going to go live at least 2 to 3 times a week, just going live, talking about our favorite team. And also, when the mock drafts start coming up, we're going to be doing a lot of mock drafts. I'm letting y'all know this right now. I love doing mock drafts, y'all. I'm addicted to mocking. I love to mock. And this season, we will be drafting at number 32 because we will be the Super Bowl champions. But I got to put this out real quick, y'all. Let me put this news out here for Andrew Van Ginkel. I don't know. Where is it at? No, where is it at? Oh, crap. I think let me get to it. Hold on, y'all. I got some news I wanted to talk to y'all about Andrew Van Ginkel. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to it real quick. And I want to read it to y'all because I think it's really, really cool that, where is it at? Yeah. Oh, right here. So I'm going to put it on the screen for y'all real quick. And, I want y'all to, shout out to Andrew Van Ginkel, man. Andrew Van Ginkel's been balling. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, so listen, y'all. Minnesota Vikings, Andrew Van Ginkel is named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. For the people in the back, if you don't know, now you about to know. Vikings linebacker, defensive end linebacker, Andrew Van Ginkel is named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. They could have named all these other defensive players that are very good, but they named Andrew Van Ginkel because Andrew Van Ginkel is that bull. Now let's read why they chose him, right, for being the Defensive Player of the Week, right? Vikings outside linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week on Tuesday for impressive performance against the Seahawks in Week 16. Now, Van Ginkel, hold on. Van Ginkel had 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, and 2 tackles for loss on the road in Seattle, leading Minnesota to a 27-24 win against the stinking Seattle Seahawks. Pro Football Focus PFF gave him a 74.0 overall grade for his performance. This season is Andrew Van Ginkel's first with the Vikings and his 6th in the NFL, but this is his first time taking home Defensive Player of the Week honor. Shout out to Andrew Van Ginkel. This is probably his best season being in the NFL. Probably his best year being in football as a professional player. So, you know what I mean? He got 11 sacks. He is awesome, bro. He is so awesome. Sam Darnold and Jonathan Grenard are the only other 2 players on the roster that have won Player of the Week honors this season. That is freaking awesome. Through 15 games this season, Van Ginkel has compiled 69 total tackles and 7 sacks amid a breakout season. After signing a 2-year, $20 million free agent contract this offseason, this award is just more evidence of his being on one of the most team-friendly deals in NFL history. He didn't say history. I'm going to say NFL history because Andrew Van Ginkel, 2 years, $20 million deal, bro. Shout out to Crazy. Where's Crazy at, man? Is Crazy in the building? Is Crazy in the building? Because Crazy signed this dude. Crazy signed this dude 2 years, $20 million contract, y'all. How did Crazy do this, y'all? How did Crazy sign Andrew Van Ginkel? It's the mindset, and I'm pretty sure he listened to Brian Flores, so shout out to Brian Flores. Shout out to KOC. Shout out to the whole organization. Shout out to the owners. Shout out to everybody, man. This was one of the best deals this offseason. Blake Cashman's up there. There's so many deals. Sam Darnold, 1 year, $10 million. Bro, like this all, bro, I keep saying it. I keep repeating myself, but it's true, man. It's so true. What an amazing signing by Quasi. But that's all I really got to say today, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I will be live for the game on Sunday versus the Packers. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. The Packers are a good team, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. It will be a beatdown. The Vikings will be victorious in a beatdown. I feel like the Vikings are the best team, and I'm gonna keep saying it. And I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep talking my talk. And guess what? The Vikings allow me to talk that talk because guess what? They keep on winning.
Talk that talk.
Yeah, the Vikings allow me to talk that talk because the Vikings keep winning. So even when the haters say something, I'll be like, yo, my team, the Vikings, go to the bowl. Like, we are 13-2. We're about to be 14-2. Bro, like, what is you saying? They act like we ain't one of the best teams, and it's all good. And you know, Stephen A. Smith finally gave us some love as well. But I ain't really worrying about Stephen A. Smith, man, all like that. But I like Stephen A. Smith. I think he's he's good. On ESPN First Take. But sometimes he was hating on Sammy D, and I agree with him though. We got to see what he does in the playoffs. But for this regular season, man, he's up there in MVP conversation. He's definitely in the MVP conversation. I don't think he's going to win MVP, but for me to say that he's not in the conversation, that's cap. I got to say stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Really. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. But shout out to y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be safe. And as always, God bless. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. Yeah. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man. Yeah. They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.